Hi everyone at Rocksteady. I am here with Dr. Johnson again, and today I'm going to be asking her about the activity of dressing. So for those who have Parkinson's and might have experienced a loss of mobility, balance, or strength, can you offer some ideas on ways to make dressing more manageable for them?
Sure, absolutely. Well, again, I'm going to kind of use that lens. So we're going to look at the person, which is you first. And we're going to first ask about, what's happening with you when you are attempting to dress. What stage are you at with your medication? Is there something that we can do just about the timing to change when you take the medication or when you're trying to dress so that you're at your maximum effectiveness? We'll also look at your movements. And a lot of people discover that using big stretching movements actually help them to be able to do activities better. In addition to that, we also know, like I talked about before, that the automatic thinking, you've been dressing a certain way for a really long time, and you may need to change the way that you're doing it, and that may not feel as automatic. So sometimes it's helpful to talk yourself through the steps of what you're doing, or writing them down so that you remember, okay, I always need to put my left foot in first because that just works better for me. Another thing that athletes have been doing for a very long time and recognize the benefit is visualizing. Visualize yourself easily getting dressed, doing buttons, things like that, and that can be an effective method. So in addition to just your personal things that you can do, we can look at the environment. So let's talk about what you're sitting in when you're doing. A lot of people didn't used to sit to dress, but now they might need to. So are you sitting in a supportive chair with arms? Also thinking about the distractions. Are you in a place that has the TV on, or there's a lot of activity going on? Perhaps it's better to try to tone down the activity. Another thing to think about is time pressures. Are you trying to dress while under a lot of pressure because you're trying to get out the door for some appointment? Is there a way to maybe start earlier? And then finally, we'll look at some of the adaptations in clothing. And there's been a lot of changes in clothing, and there's some really good things that are out there. But typically, I recommend that you just get the most loose fitting, easy to wear clothing, something that's not too stretchy, but also, has a little give to it. Elastic waistbands are helpful. And there's a lot of adaptive aids. This is an example here. This is a button hook and zipper pull. And so it gives you a little better grip, so you can just grab that zipper on your pants, pull that up. And then you can also use this to go through the buttonhole, grab the button, and then pull it back through. And that can make those buttons a whole lot less frustrating. There is another thing out there on the market. These are magnetic buttons, and this is available on the regular market. This shirt was about $39, I think it is. And so that can make it a lot easier. As you can see, there's no actual buttonholes here. On and off, pretty easy. Another thing that people struggle with is socks and putting on their socks. And when I've been in rehab, I found that people will feel like it's almost magic when I teach them how to slide the sock over the sock aid, and then they just put it down on the floor and slip their toes into it and pull it up, and it comes up so easily. And they've struggled for years getting their socks on, and they find that this is a really helpful device. I wanted to show, this is a pair of shoes that I've actually personally got. I don't have anything to do with this company, but it's a Ziva company. And they have a nice athletic shoe that is very comfortable, but it's very resilient here at the back. So when you want to push your foot in, it's not going to collapse down and you have to deal with all of that. They're great for patients that have, people that have back problems or just have difficulty. Basic reacher is very helpful. And this is, I almost give this almost to all of my patients, just helps them if they can't bend down, to reach down, pick up things that have hit the floor, or to get their pants started over their legs, something like that. This is really helpful. There's a lot of other suggestions that an occupational therapist could make that would be very specific to your situation. So if you are interested in getting some more help with that, please let us know, and we can see if we can maybe give you some suggestions.
I really appreciate you answering those questions on dressing. And in the next video, I'll go ahead and ask you for some tips on eating.
All right.
Bye, Rocksteady. I hope this video was really helpful. Thank you for joining.